Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Akim Nakwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Money Ain't All It's Made Out to Be. Okay, and there was going to be a footnote, alright, but I can't remember what it was going to be, so for now, unless it comes back to me, it's just going to stay titled, Money Ain't All It's Made Out to Be. Something along the lines of, money versus salvation. I guess I'll go ahead and show I made a little thumbnail for the video today, alright, and you see here, money, alright, and salvation. Which one do you want, man? Are you more worried about, staying in this world and getting money? Or are you worried about, the next world coming, alright, the new heaven, alright, wherein dwelleth righteousness, as the scriptures say? Which one do you want? Esau's kingdom or the Lord's kingdom? Okay, money or salvation? And I like showing these every now and then because, YouTube doesn't really do a good job of, showing them. Sometimes they don't look so good, all tiny. But at least you can see them there. So, again, money ain't all it's made out to be. That's something you've been trained and taught. Money's the goal of life. All right, the goal of life is to make a lot of money and make it big, and that's just not the case, man. The goal of life is, for Israelites, is to be servants of the Lord. All right, to do this work. All right, and lay up for yourself treasures in heaven. All right, and so on. Okay, it's not about how much money you got. It's not about how many cars you got, how many houses you own. A lot of us don't even own one house, all right, let alone multiple. Okay, but we've been blessed with other riches, all right, through the Spirit, all right. This is the riches of knowledge, right? It is we're extremely wealthy in knowledge, all right. But as far as hard-earned, cold cash, Benjamins, dead presidents, whatever you want to call them, we ain't got it like that. At least most of us don't. Okay. So, and we'll talk about it as we go, all right? Because there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of money. There's nothing wrong with having items, Xbox, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. There's nothing wrong with having items, phones, nice phones, certain things. But you got to realize those aren't really of any importance, all right? When on the grand scale of things, they're not important. All right, you can do without them. You cannot do without this truth. All right, without your phone, you wouldn't die. All right, without this truth, you surely would. Okay, so I'm gonna get 1 Samuel 2:7, and I this is one that I believe it was from this lesson earlier on, dealing with money. All right, and he was talking about gambling, and casting lots. All right, because someone was asking about it, and he got that scripture. And I was like, what, man, I gotta add that. I was in the middle of making this, money ain't all it's made out to be, all right? And I moved it straight up to the top because I said, that's an excellent scripture, and that's all through the Spirit, okay? But all these other ones are ones we went and got, but we had to get 1 Samuel 2:7. He read it through 8, so I guess we'll read it through 8 as well. So this is, I don't know if I keep saying he, Elder Menatazat Bob, GMS, South Carolina. So, 1 Samuel 2:7 says, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. So, everything is of the Lord. All right. There's another scripture, because the Lord's, he's omnipotent. He controls everything. All right. I wound and I heal. Here's another one from Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Again, showing that he controls all things. It says, Deuteronomy 32 and 39, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Now, if you go and tail onto that and, paste 1 Samuel 2:7 in with it, he kills and he makes alive. He wounds and he heals. All right. He makes poor and he makes rich. He brings low and he lifts up. Okay. If you put these two together, you see all the things, and there's many, and that's just from these two. There's many other things that the Lord is capable of. When you're putting these in a perspective, you're saying that he can wound, he can kill, he can heal, all right, he can make alive, All right, he can take your money away. He can give you a lot of money. He can bring you up. He can bring you down. He can bring you into the truth. He can make you fall out of the truth. You know, the Lord controls everything. Everything is of the Lord. Okay, so these two scriptures prove that. All right, of what the Lord is capable of, and He's even more so than this. Okay, you can't put the Lord in a box. He's even more so than this. But just this, all right, we can't do any of these things. So that already right there shows you, you know, the power of the Lord. Okay, so let's go back to 1 Samuel 2 and 7. We're going to read to 8 as well. Verse 7 says, "The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up." So if you're in a low place, that's because the Lord wants you in that low place. If you're up, that's because the Lord wants you in that up. All right. If you don't have a lot of money and you're barely getting by, the Lord wants you like that. If you have a decent amount of money, hey, the Lord wants you that way. He knows what you're capable of. He knows how you're going to take it. All right, and you know, you should be thankful for whatever situation you're in, all right, because you're in it for a reason, all right, and no one likes, you know, not having money, but you're in it for a reason, man. So, you know, and you can't fight the Lord on His choice. Verse 8 says, "He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and He hath set the world upon them." So if you anything you have is given of the Lord. Okay, if you're poor, it's because the Lord wants you to be poor. If you're rich, it's because the Lord wants you to be rich. Okay, if you lose some money, the Lord wanted you to lose that money. You didn't. It's not because you wore the wrong pants and you wore those one jeans that have the hole in the back. It's not. And the Lord made you forget that, so you would wear those pants, so you would lose that money because He didn't want you to have that money. That money wasn't for you. For all you know, there's been time I found $20. All right, there's been times I found $20 before, just laying on the ground on a walk. That means that money was meant for me. So however that person went about their life, all right, whether it blew out of their car or whatever it was, they thought that $20 was theirs. Well, it wasn't meant for them. It was meant for me. Why is that? Because how are you gonna have a $20 blow out of your pocket and then it's just nestled among some rocks, you know, on a walking trail, and it's just laying there. You know, just stuck, you know, like the wind blew it and just got stuck there. You know, that's because that money wasn't for that person. So if you lose that money, hey, that money was never meant for you. That was never your money. That was never your money. You thought it was, well, I made that money. Yeah, you made that money, but not for yourself. That was meant for someone else. Okay, that was meant for someone else. Okay, so 1 Timothy, we're going to move on. All right, 1 Timothy 6 and 7 through 10. Okay, because you got to realize, you know, that there, you know, and there's nothing wrong. I want to stress that there's nothing wrong with having nice things. You can't go overboard. All right, and you got to watch yourself. I myself have been guilty of it. Okay, you can go overboard. You can start almost, you know, getting in that covetous spirit, which you're not supposed to be. You know, want. All right, sounded like a Charlie Brown parent. Want. No, you're just wanting, and you're wanting, and you're wanting, and you're wanting, and you're wanting. All right, and that's all you're worried about. And you're not worried about, you know, spiritual things. You're worried more about worldly things, about, you know, the money, the things that you have, the nice technology you have. Here it is. You got a brand new iPhone 14 that works great, and now you're not happy with it anymore. You throw it away because you want the 15 because it's titanium. All right, or whatever. You know, when the 15 came out, I looked at it, I said, man, that's cool. That's nice because you can play like console style video games on it now, and there's more console. They had types of games on the phone that were console, you know, like they ported over some console games like Grid, but they actually have like Resident Evil and what's the other one they ported over? Two Resident Evil games. I think they ported over Resident Evil the remaster of 4 and Resident Evil Village. All right, the first person one. And those can run on phones now, which is crazy. But you have to have the iPhone 15. For a minute, I was like, man, dang, you know, because I bought my I bought my phone, you know, the 14 within this year. So I was like, damn it, man, I should have held off. But hey, it happens. I'm still grateful I have a phone. All right, I can use it to watch lessons, make lessons if I have to. It still works great. All right, so what if it don't have one feature? But there's a lot of people that, you know, that'll be the killing. Ah, fuck. You know, and they'll just sell their phone or get rid of it, and they'll just get the new one. And sometimes they won't even sell it. Sometimes they'll just keep it, and they'll just throw it in a drawer somewhere and then just get rid of it. All right, and just, you know, just because one feature, man. It ain't worth that. It ain't worth that. You know? So, and then you can't get into that state where nothing's ever good enough for you, okay? Where nothing's ever good enough, you know, like the brothers and apostles always say, let enough be enough, and let enough be enough. Well, you got it. That I can't tell you what that is. That's, you know, that's to each their own. For example, all right, you got it. That's something you got to moderate yourself with. All right, I'm not gonna go there and tell you, oh, you know, that's too much or too little. I don't know your living. I don't know your living arrangement. I don't know how everything's going with it. I don't know what you have, what you don't have, what you got, what you don't got, what you want, what you don't want. I don't know those things. All right, and those are, you know. So, you know, well, how much do I know when's enough? Well, you'll know when enough is enough. Okay, you'll know when enough is enough. Generally, all right. If you don't, hey, pray to the Lord. Ask the Lord that you'll know when enough is enough. Okay, and it's something I've struggled with as well. All right, many people have. You know, you get things and you want to get more things, and again, that's between you and the Lord and knowing what is too much. I can't tell you, you know, I buy 5 packs of Pokemon cards. Is that too much? You know, I don't know. Is it? Does it feel like too much? And ask yourself, does it feel like too much? I can't tell you that. I would say no, but I don't know. How many? Do you have 50 packs of Pokemon cards sitting at home? Maybe that's too much, because now you got 55. I'm not sure how that works. Okay? There was a point where, for example, I knew when enough was enough when, for example, I was collecting VHSs for a while. Some people, why are you collecting VHSs? Because it's just something I wanted to do. Reminds me of my childhood, and then, you know, you can have the physical movies. It's cool for like a movie night. And there got to a point where I said, all right, enough's enough. I'm done. All right, because I started getting too infatuated with it. I started, you know, looking on eBay all goddamn day and looking for deals, and that was all I was thinking. I was still doing you know, my lessons, making my lessons, watching my lessons, but the whole rest of my day was just, you know, just worrying about VHSs. Okay, and then you can supplement that out for whatever you want. Okay, when you have, okay, I have this many, I probably don't need to get more, and you'll know because the Lord let me know. I had the feeling. I said, look, I should not do this anymore. I got enough. All right, let enough be enough. I got enough. Okay, so. And if I ever did in the future want to get more, what would I do? I'd get rid of some. All right, I would get rid of some. All right, now I don't know if I'd ever buy some in the future. Who knows? Who knows? I can't say yes, I can't say no, but I don't think I will. But you know, you got to let enough be enough, and not just, you know, don't get in that covetous hoarding spirit, man. You know, don't get in that hoarding spirit, because you know that none of that's gonna, as we're gonna get here in a moment, none of that's gonna go with you, and it's okay to have collectibles or certain things like that, but you got to know at the grand scale of things, those things aren't shit. Okay, those aren't shit. At the end of the day, you got a collection of action figures. If you're into that, all right, those don't mean shit. Okay, I'm not one who collects action figures like that, but some people do. All right, you got a collection of, I don't know, fine china. All right, that none of that shit's going with you. You got a collection like I have of VHSs. None of that's going with you. Okay, video games, video game systems, I get it, you know, I game myself, you know, you want some different consoles and some stuff to play different games on, cool, none of that's going with you, at all, okay, so you gotta know when enough is enough. If you got, you know, you don't need every video game system in the world, man, alright, you don't, with anything, any type of hobby, video games, or, you know, painting, or, anything, origami, you don't need every single different type of paper they make. I ordered this one's from China, this is a 1 pound paper, you know, or whatever the hell. You know, you don't need to, you know, excel to the top of the hobby and have everything there was to have, okay? So, but, you know, and again, take that as you will, all right? You know what enough is. All right, there might be something that you're into that I'm not into, and I don't even know. I couldn't even name it because I'm not sure. Okay, but let enough be enough. You know, you'll know when you'll know. All right, you should. And if you don't know, ask for guidance from Yahweh Shai. All right, so let's get 1 Timothy 6 and 7. Bear with me while I grab a drink. 1 Timothy 6 and 7 reads, "For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content." So you should be content with just the fact that you have, you know, food and clothes, really, you know. And again, I want to stress the fact, okay, because we know how Jake is, and I know how Jake is because I thought this at one point, you know, is that, you know, you'd start overthinking. Jake has a tendency to overthink, And you're, what can I have? Well, you know, that's between you and the Lord, what you can have. How much is too much? Well, you should be able to know when too much. If you have, you'll know, man. You'll know. That's all I can tell you is that you'll know. All right, that's how it was with me. I had the feeling. I said, you know what, that I'm going overboard. You'll have a feel. Does it feel dirty? Does it feel? I should probably stop. Then you should probably stop. All right, this is verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Okay, so these rich people fall into snares and many foolish and hurtful lusts. Why? Because they want to keep their riches. It's just like those rich people, all right, that those rich people are going to take that mark of the beast. They're going to take that RFID chip. Why? Because they want to keep their wealth. Okay, they want to keep their wealth. And if they have to go and get a chip implanted in them to keep their wealth, they're damn sure going to go and do it. Okay, or you know, or those people that if you're a shopaholic, all right, you know, and here it is, you won't be able to buy or sell, you know, save if you have the mark, all right, then you're gonna go and get that mark because you need to shop. You need to go to Prada. You need to go to Gucci. You need to go to wherever the hell. Hell, even if you're a budget shop, you need to go to Target and Walmart and you know buy the clothes there or whatever it is. Okay, you're gonna take that. Okay, if you have that shopaholic tendency, and I'm not talking about you know, going to the store and shop. I'm talking about like you wake up, the first thing you do is go and shop. All right, and you're talking to your friends, hey, you know, and that's kind of a female thing. You know, they get all together, hey, let's all go shopping. Let's go to the mall and go shopping. Let's go to Claire's and go shopping. Let's go here in Ulta and go shopping, and go here in Sephora and go shopping, and then shop, and they drive from shop to shop, from mall to mall to shop, and that's their whole day is just shopping. Okay, that's really a female thing. You see it a lot with men now. But you know that what do you think those people are gonna do when the stores won't allow you in? All right, when they can't go to Ulta, when they can't get their makeup. All right, the vain and proud women. What about that? What about them? There's another one too. There's another people that are gonna fall into that snare. All right, you won't be able to buy your makeup. Okay, and so just know, like it says, we'll read it again, verse 9, 1 Timothy 6:9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Verse 10, and this is how you correctly quote the scripture, because a lot of people quote it wrong. For the love of money, not money, all right? For the love of money is the root of all. Money's the root of all evil, brother. No, the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money, okay? For the love of money is the root of all evil, while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrow. Well, I look forward to getting my paycheck. Does that mean no? Look, everybody looks forward to getting their paycheck. You simpleton. What the hell, man? Everybody looks forward to. Does that mean you love it? And through these scriptures, you know, you get words like, you know, like in Colossians 3:2, affection, which goes back to the word love, and you know, and talking about love. And you got to really understand. Does that mean you can't? You know, well, you set your affections on things, but I can't like anything here. I can't like my Xbox. I can't like nothing. You can like it, but you can't love it. And people say, well, what do you mean by love? Well, you got love is deeper than. There's a lot of things that get thrown around in Babylon. You know, that people say, oh, I swear. You're not supposed to swear. They're not really swearing something. It's a figure of speech. Okay, it's a figure of speech. Oh, I love that. You don't really love it. All right, you like it a lot. All right, love is different. All right, love is, well, some of these people, they might literally love those things. Love is, you know, putting above all else. All right, love is an intense, you know, love. All right, you should love the Lord. All right, love, you know, you don't love, like, you know, houses and stuff. You like your house, you don't love your house. All right, love is very, you know, they even say love is a very strong word, and it is a very strong word. But, you know, there's you know, there's a lot of these words that, you know, biblically they had have a meaning differently to how they're being used in the world. All right, for example, pride. All right, people, what do you mean? You know, oh yeah, I'm proud of you. All right, oh look, you're proud. No, it's not. And it's used like that. All right, it's used like that, but no, pride is something else. All right, you're just you're happy about something that has happened. All right, you're happy that person was able to do that. You're happy for them. Okay, or you're surprised that you were able to, I don't know, do a kickflip on a skateboard. You're not proud, all right, unless, you know, it really gets to your head, and then you do become proud, all right, becomes that haughtiness that comes about, yeah, I can do all the kickflips, I'm the best skater alive, then that is pride, okay? But, so you got to put that into perspective. I'm explaining that because there's a lot of words that are used biblically when they had the meaning before they got skewed and twisted, because nowadays a lot of meanings are skewed and twisted, and that's why we got to get definitions and go back blue letter, because some of these meanings, have the scriptures and the Bible hasn't lost its meaning, but the word has lost its meaning through years of being incorrectly used. Okay, the word like love. Oh, I love that. You don't love that. You like it a lot. All right, it's something you like it, you enjoy, but you don't love it. Okay, so verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So, the love of money is the root of all evil, and that's where a lot of this shit comes from in general in the world, is the love of money. People, you got the elites and diamond mines and blood diamonds, and they're killing people and murdering people for what? Money. All right, and they're keeping people on the bottom and oppressing Jake for what? From money. All right, because they want money, and they're rigging the stock market and lying and stealing. Why? For money. All right, because they're coveting after, and when Jake does it, they err from the faith. These heathens, they never had the faith. But Jake, when they do it, they err from the faith. All right, and pierce themselves through with many sorrows. You're bringing upon yourself sorrows when you do that. Okay, because you should. We're gonna get it. You should set up for yourself treasure in heaven. Not money here, that because you can get this and that, and it's fine to have a little bit of money. You can save a little bit of money in your bank account. You can have a PlayStation 5. You can have an Xbox Series X. You can go in and buy, I don't know, an easel or something if you're into paint. Whatever you're into. Okay. You can buy that new exhaust tip that you wanted to mod out your vehicle. All right, you can go and get your car lowered. What if, but that's not where your love is. That's not where your affection is. All right, that's secondary, more than secondary. That's third-dairy, fourth-dairy, fifth-dairy. All right, that's in the back compared to the Lord. All right, the Lord's work. All right, watching lessons, making lessons as a man. All right, making lessons. All right, and doing the will of the Father. All right, is first and foremost. Loving the Father's first and foremost. Everything else is useless and don't mean shit. All right, so those things should not come first. All right, when you wake up in the morning, all right, when your day's planned, sometimes you got to go to work. But if you have free time, let's say if you got a free day, all right, what should you do first? Play video games or watch lessons, all right, and pray and make lessons. You should watch lessons, make lessons, and pray. Not play the video game. You watch your lessons, make lessons, pray, all right, get the real work done, all right, and then you can go and do those things, all right, or watch movies or whatever, read books, all right, aside from the Bible, of course, or go outside and garden, all right. So, what comes first, man? What comes first, the Lord or your other things? That's how you're gonna know who you love more. What comes first? Okay, when you wake up in the morning. After when you do what? You pray, or do you just walk and go and play video games? No, you pray. You wake up, all right, pray. You might have to wait a little bit before you pray, so you're not all drowsy and you just fall back asleep. All right. So, and then you pray. All right, that's the first and foremost thing on your mind. And then once you're done, you might go and get you a cup of coffee or a drink. All right, you might run to the bathroom. Right, so on and so forth. All right, maybe even grab something to eat. I'm not really like that. I don't like breakfast. And then what do? Sit down. All right, prepare yourself. Watch your lessons. Make your lessons. Put lessons together. All right, you might communicate with some brothers a little bit. However it works, right? And then after that, you might watch the football game. And then after that, you might play a little bit of video games or go to the library or ride your bike. Or you can do what Apostle Gabar does. You can ride your bike and teach, right? So you're exercising and doing it at the same time. So, but hey, to each their own. There's things you can do, but all these other things, video games, music and movies and skateboarding and all whatever it is, whatever your hobbies are, all right, painting, all right, fixing cars, whatever it is, those are not even secondary to the Lord. They're really way, way, way in the background. All right, fourth dairy, fifth dairy, sixth dairy, and then we know it's not a word, but they're a 30th dairy. They're way in the back compared to the Lord. The Lord comes first and foremost. Okay, so just wanted to put that out there. It doesn't mean you can't have nice things. Just means those nice things are not more important than the Lord. Okay, the Lord comes first and foremost. And you got to realize how you got those nice things. How'd you get your PlayStation 5? The Lord allowed you to get it. How'd you get those brand new paints? All right, those fancy paints from France. All right, cerulean blue and all, Prussian blue and all these different. How did you get those? You just did it of yourself? No, the Lord allowed you to have those things. So hey, credit should be given where credit is due. When you get something, you should thank the Lord that you even had it in the first place. Okay, you might think it's too far, but it's not. When I get things, I thank the Lord that I was even allowed to have that item. And it doesn't matter how big nor small. Sometimes you'll forget, but something, you get, I don't know, a new TV. You thank the Lord, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to have this item, because he could have just let you not have that. And the item's meaningless, all right, but you still got to give thanks, man, because you could have not had that item, okay? It doesn't make you wicked because you had the item. You got the item. You being coveted. What, because you bought a new TV? Because the old one broke? No, but you should be thankful because the Lord allowed you to have that. What do you mean the Lord? Well, if the Lord didn't want you to have it, you wouldn't have it now, would you? Think about it. Matthew 19 and 21 through 24. Verse 21 says, Yahushua said unto him, and this is what you got to be careful with, man. Okay, this is the stumbling block. This is where it can hit you. This is where, those items can't come in the way of this truth. Okay, what you love more is where your affection is. Okay? Or what you love more is what you really care about. So Matthew 19 and 21 through 24, verse 21, Yahushua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come follow me. So this guy had a lot of treasures, and Yahushua said, come with me, be one of my disciples, sell what you have, give to the poor, and you're gonna have treasure in heaven. Well, this guy didn't want treasure in heaven; he wanted treasure on earth. Verse 22, it says, but when the young man had heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. He was rich. He had a lot of possessions, Xboxes and all these different things, right? And not back then, but in modern society, Xboxes and gold chains and rings and a DVD collection, all right, and speakers and all these different things that he cared about more. You can have those things, all right? I myself have those things. All right, some of those things, not a DVD collection, but some of those things, okay? But those aren't important. If the Lord said, "Hey, come with me right now," all this shit can fuck right off. All the video game systems, the computer, that can fuck right off. Hell, I'll burn it. Hand me the match, Lord. But some people, no, not my things. Wait, Lord, not my things. Please, not my things. And that's how you know. That's how you know when it's too much. That's how you know when it's too much. Okay? You want to know when how do you know when it's too much? That's when it's too much. You'll know. If Yahushua came down right now and said, come with me, all this stuff's got to go, would you be sorrowful? No, all my things. Not all my things. Please, Lord, not my things. No. That's when it's too much. All right? You should, if the Lord came right now and said, hey, come with me, follow me, boom, all this shit can go. This shit can go. It can go away. All right, and there's no use for it, all right, because bigger and better things are coming, all right, and you're gonna have treasure in heaven, and this shit can fuck right off. Do we like it now? Yeah, of course. That's why we have it. We bought it. We wouldn't buy the a book to read if we didn't want to read the book, all right, or have it. We wouldn't buy the video game system if we weren't gonna play it. Okay, so of course we like these things, but not as much as the Lord. So that's what you got to keep into perspective. Okay, that's what you got to keep into perspective. Okay, what you love more, that's what you how do I want to explain this? Who you care, what do you care about more is what you love. Okay, that's how I want to say it. What you care about more is what you love. Do you care more about video games, all right, and buying the video games, or do you care about election, okay, and receiving election, all right? Which one do you love? Okay, you like one but love the other. Which one do you like? Do you like the Lord but you love the video games, or do you love the Lord and just like the video games and that's it? All right, you got to think about that. And I'm just putting it in perspective from my perspective with the video games and the things that I have, because I don't know what your hobbies are. I know what mine are. I don't know what yours are. So, or going out, brand new football or car, or do you love your car or do you love the Lord? All right, if the Lord said, hey, you got to get rid of this car, come follow me, would you be pissed off that you got to do that? Or would you say, okay, yeah, the Lord's more important, let's go? Which one would you do? Verse 22, don't be like this guy, but when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And he said, look at this. Look, see? No, a rich man's not going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Look at this guy. See? Look, he just went away. See? Verse 24 says, And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter in the kingdom of Yahweh. Okay, and again, this is something you have to put into perspective. You know what you have and if you're going too far. All right, and just remember, we can never do too much for the Lord. All right, we can never do too much for the Lord. We all, should, aspire to do more for the Lord. All right, but at the same time, you got that's between you and the Lord, and I can't tell you what to do, what not to do, other than through the Bible. All right, don't be covetous. I can tell you that. All right, because that's the Bible. I can't tell you, the 5 Pokemon cards is too much. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a lot, but again, at home you could have 50 different packs, and that's just why. Why do you have that many? For what? For what? So on the outside looking in, it doesn't look like that bad, but then you see, you're like, God damn, what? You got 50 packs here, you got 7 different unboxed sets over here. Look, you got 30 different of these ones over here. You got 70 of the last set that released, last year. What are these ones? These from 2004. You have like 200 sets of those. Yeah, well, I'm saving those. I'm collecting them. But it didn't look too bad when you had the 5 packs. But when you get the grand scale things, goddamn, that's a little overboard. And again, there's a lot that's just, look, it's between you and the Lord, dedicating your time to the Lord, dedicating, that's between you and the Lord. How much, you can never spend too much time watching lessons and making lessons, but how much time you have in a day, that's between you and the Lord. And when you're going to do this, that's between you and the Lord. There's a lot of things that Jake want to know, or, and that we can't necessarily explain, because that's between you and the Lord. That's how it goes. Okay, we can read you the scriptures, and that's it. We can't give you advice on something that we don't really know all about. All right, about your life. We don't know you. We don't. Well, we're in a screen here, man. I don't know you. I don't know you as a person. I don't know what you have. I don't know what you don't have. I don't know what you want. I don't know if you have a covetous spirit. I don't even know if you're really in this truth. Okay, so that's you gotta keep it. We don't know your life. We're not some mystic men that can that just can like those gypsies, those witchcraft gypsies that rub over a crystal ball and we can see what you're doing. We don't know. The Lord knows. Okay, so that's between you and the Lord. I don't know what you got. I don't know what you have. I don't know what you're getting in the future. Okay, but the Lord does. Okay, so that's between you and him. What you do, where you spend your time, how often you spend your time, what you buy, what you don't buy, what you sell, what you don't sell. All right, and there's a lot of different things that that we can't necessarily explain. We can explain through the scriptures, but there's some things Jake don't like to hear. There's just some things we just don't have answers for. There's no scripture that's gonna tell me that you have too many Pokemon cards. That's not how it works. That's between you and the Lord. Do you feel like you do? Well, if you feel like you do, you probably do. That's a good way to measure it. Do you feel like you've gone overboard? Then you probably have. If you feel like you've gone overboard, you're feeling like that for a reason. It's probably because you've gone overboard. Do you feel like, you this or that? And then, hey, that's between you and the Lord. Cast a lot. All right, as the brother was talking about in the lesson, cast a lot. Well, so just cast a lot. Pray, ask the Lord. Ask for guidance, and He'll help you out, man. So everybody's different. Everybody's different. All right, we're all the same in the fact that we're being Israelites and we're running the race of election, but everyone's a different person, different spirits. All right, I can't tell you how you're gonna act versus another person. So and I want to make sure I have all these disclaimers and all that, because I'm just trying to I want to make sure there's no crazy comments or nothing. All right, Matthew 6:19 through 21. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through, and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And like the brothers say, that where you spend your time is where your love is where you spend your time is. I know you mainly hear that from brother Yuan. All right, and that's everybody could aspire to do more for the Lord, like I mentioned. All right, some people everybody's time is different. Okay, so Just keep that into perspective. Again, that's something between you and the Lord. All right, but where your love is where you your love is where you spend your time. All right, bear with me. Mouse having a difficulty picking up with all the dust. It's those Clorox fibers from those Clorox wipes. But so where your treasure is, that's your heart. So you got, and again, like we were mentioning, where you spend your time is where where what you love. Okay, and that's between you and the Lord. Okay, that's between you and the Lord. All right, if you can get to the point where you're spending more time, making lessons and watching lessons than doing anything else, all right, and you don't even watch TV, that's great. All right, that's a very hard thing to accomplish, though. If you have the Spirit to do, that's wonderful. All right, that's wonderful. You should be thankful for that. But it is a hard thing to accomplish. Okay, especially with the fleshly wanting to watch TV and all that stuff. But you can just know, all right, again, that's between you and the Lord, but you can never dedicate too much time to the Lord. Okay, so and it's the same thing with this. All right, for your treasure is, there will be your heart also. So and you, like it says in verse 19 and 20, when you have these things, if I look to my right, I got books. All right, and one of those Funko Pop figures. Okay, but guess what? Those things can go away in an instant. Those things can be destroyed. As it says right on here, what can happen? Where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves broke through and steal. Someone could break into my house and steal those things. All right, they could be, moth eaten. It could get destroyed. All right, it could be, it could break. Certain things could happen. But guess what? Like it says in verse 20, it says, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." If you're setting up for yourself knowledge and understanding and trusting in the Lord, a thief's not gonna come through and steal that. All right, they're not gonna be able to steal that. They're not gonna be able to take that. That's not gonna be rusted away. That's just how it is, man. So verse 21, "For where your treasure is, there will be your heart also." And that's again between you and the Lord. If that's between you and the Lord. Okay. Everybody can improve somewhere, all right? There's always room for improvements, okay? I can improve, brothers can improve. The apostles even, still stay, they can improve, and they can grow and they can learn. If the apostles are still learning and still improving and still growing, then you damn sure should still be improving and growing, improving and growing, all right? Can't remember the other word I used, but yeah, if the apostles, because the apostles have been in this truth for a very long time, if they're still growing and improving and learning, then you don't have an excuse to not be improving and growing. So Colossians 3 and 2, I think I've reached the pinnacle of everything. No, you haven't. All right, there's certain things that you can learn. All right, you just haven't learned them yet. Colossians 3 and 2 says, "Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth." And again, affection goes back to that word love. Where's your love? You can like things in the world, but where's your love? You're hoping for election. You're hoping for salvation. You're hoping to be a part of the elect. All right, you're hoping that you're saved in the end days, and you don't have to go through the terrible times and that everyone's going to go through. And in Jacob's trouble, you're still going to go through Jacob's trouble, but it's not going to be as bad. You're hoping for that, right? That's you're not and waiting for the new bodies, and waiting for the law being written within us, and we can be perfect. All our day will be dedicated to the Lord. Okay, so that's what we're setting our affection on. Not loving. Oh, I love my Xbox. What about the Lord? No, I love my Xbox. Just my Xbox. Not the Lord, just the Xbox. Not that. Okay? And again, that's I don't know who you are, how you act, if that's the case, but you will, because you are you and I am me, right? So I can know what I'm doing, you can know what you're doing. You might not know what I'm doing, I might not know what you're doing. Okay? It's a simple I don't know your life through the screen, just like you don't know my life through the screen. You don't know what type of ice cream I like. All right, it's mint chocolate chip, but had I not told you, you wouldn't have known. Okay, so we can't answer all these all these different type of questions, especially when they're not coming from the Bible. If they're from the, we're not what do I want to say? We're not like come and ask. We're not Confucius. All right, you know, like that fucking that Confucius was like, he was like a, what was he, like a theorist, a Confucius. All right, Kung Kui. Confucius was a philosopher. You know, you can't come up to us, dear Confucius. You know, am I drinking too many sodas per day? I don't know. I'm not fucking Confucius. Figure it out. You probably shouldn't have no sodas per day. You can have it maybe every. And I'm not saying you're wicked if you do. It's just bad for you. You can drink soda if you want to drink soda. It's just not good for you. I wouldn't recommend drinking it every day. Hell, every once in a while for a treat's probably fine. It's not really fine, but I mean, hell, you're putting poison in your body either way. I don't really like drinking sodas like that. I don't drink them on a daily basis, but I have them from time to time. Every once in a while. I can't say that I'm never gonna have them. There's things I try not to ever have them. I try not to ever, you know, have things with high fructose corn syrup in it. Do I still get them sometimes? Yes. Eventually, well, if it's like a Pop-Tart, I try to Pop-Tarts or other weird things and stuff like that. I don't really, But hey, if you do, I'm not gonna say you're wrong for doing it. All right, so just keep that in mind. Okay, keep that in mind. We have the book. We are men at the end of the day. We have the book and the spirit through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We're not Confucius. All right, we're not over here where you can just ask a question and we'll, you know, rub an orb and we'll just know the answer. You know, is it okay for me to beat off? You know, it's like, and that's really, you know, as a street teacher was joking about that earlier. You know, people asking questions that we don't want to answer, man. We don't want to talk about that. Okay, there's certain things, you know, there's just, you know, there's certain things. Just look. Stop, you're doing too much. So we're gonna get James 2:1. We're about at the end of it. We're about to close out. Let me grab a drink real quick. So really, these last three tail end scriptures are really, you know, all of this lesson is meaningful. All right, but really these I like to leave off with some heavy notes. All right, so for edification. All right, exhortation to get you through the day. All right, and of course, this lesson's called "Money Ain't All It's Made Out to Be." So, you know, if money ain't all it's made out to be, what's better to have? Because we might be poor, but guess what? We're still rich. All right, we might be poor, but we are still rich. All right, this is James 2:1-6. It says, "My brethren, have not the faith of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, the Lord of glory, with respect of persons. For if there come unto you an assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing," gay means really good, "and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place. Here you go, rich man, sit right here. This is a great spot. You can have the highest spot, right? And say to the poor, sit thou there, or sit under my footstool. Are ye not partial in yourselves and become judges of evil thoughts?" You know, because there's a lot of respect of persons in the world, all right, but the Lord is not a respecter of persons, as the scriptures say. Okay, so the Lord chose the poor, all right, not these rich people. Okay, as it said earlier, you know, it's easier for a camel to go to the eye of a needle for a rich man to inherit the kingdom, roughly paraphrasing. So verse 5, furthering that point, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not Yahweh chosen the poor of this world rich in faith?" We're poor in world, all right, but we're rich in faith, right? It says, "And here's the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him. But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats?" Okay, and this is the very case. You know, you got brothers on the highways and byways, and you got brothers teaching on the internet, and nobody ever wants to listen to what they have to say. Ever, all right, ever, but they'll listen to what Elon Musk has to say. Like, he has any amount of fucking sense. The guy's a fucking retard, man. He even looks retarded. He looks like he's got, you know, the upgraded version of Down syndrome, man. He's got like Down syndrome 2.0. All right, it's just, he looks fucked up. Okay, and you think he has anything good to say? You know, you'll listen to, oh, he's a business and analysis. He's a businessman. Surely he knows how to make money. Yeah, he knows how to make money by fucking kids, okay? That's how he makes money, by killing people, all right? By lying and stealing and weird fucking experiments with brain chips. That's how he makes his money, Jake. That's how he makes his money. It's not because he put his money. No, it wasn't his father rich or some shit. A lot of these people, it's generational wealth, man, okay? He's not going to teach you how to become him, okay? That's not how it's going to work, Okay, that's not how it's gonna work. Okay, you want to get rich? Well, guess what? You got to go over to Hollywood, bend over, and get fucked in the ass. That's what you got to do. I'm saying it vulgar. I'm saying it straight up. That's what you want to do. That's how you got to go and get it done. All right, they bring you in a little room. They put on a tight ass white shirt, and then they fuck you in the ass, or you fuck a goat. All right, which one do you want? If you want to get rich, that's how it happens. And then you got to do it to children, and then you got to kill and go to these fucking weird Hollywood parties and shit like Epstein's Island. That's how you do it. Look at the fucking flight list, man. Look at the flight lists. Go and look at the flight lists. Okay? Look at all your favorite celebrities, man. All your favorite celebrities. And if they're not over there popping kids, they're over there sacrificing kids and drinking their blood and bathing in blood and shit. That's what's happening. That's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. Okay? Well, I don't believe it. Well, go ahead and don't believe it. But that's how it happens. And all of your favorite celebrities did it. All of your favorite celebrities did it. They got popped up the ass. All right, or they're, popping kids, or they're drinking blood, or doing some weird witchcraft ritual. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. And they're going back to the scripture, like it says. It says, where was it? Matthew 6:19 through 21. Let's go and get that again. Verse 6. Let's close out of James 2:6. It says, "But ye have despised the poor; doth not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seat?" So you like the rich people, even though they're the one doing all the harm to you, but you don't like the poor people, even though they have the knowledge. Dumb. But going back up, that wasn't the scripture. It was Matthew 19:24. Slack you. So that wasn't it. Where was it, man? Oh, there it is. All right, Slakia. So, 1 Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Because they do wickedness. All right, they do wickedness to get this. And I wanted to go back to that scripture because people are willing to bend over. They're willing to do it with little people. All right. And they're willing to do it with animals just to get money. All right, that's the love of money is the root of all evil. It'll cause you to do all sorts of vile, wicked things, man. Just disgusting atrocities. So let's go and get I don't remember that ever being there. Maybe I'm tripping. So Proverbs 3:13 through 14 reads, Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. So it's better to get this wisdom, this understanding, this truth. Know the names, right? Yahweh, Shemiah, Shai. Understand this truth. Understand the things coming. Understand Jacob's trouble. Understand the elect. Understand what the mark of the beast is. Understand not to get it. Understand the lake of fire. Understand who these people are, who we are. All right, and it's better to understand that than to have some stupid fucking item. All right, some item that's worth gold or silver. Right, because and the money these days, you got to realize your money gets taken away anyway. All right, it's fucking being stolen from you either way. So here it is. I have all this money. Most of it's being stolen from you through fucking taxes and taxes on taxes and hidden taxes and state taxes and a lot of it's just being stolen from you. Okay, it's just being stolen from you. And then you buy items and they break. That was just a waste. Okay, so it's better just to have knowledge because nobody can take that away other than the Lord. The Lord's the only one that can take that away. Okay, the Lord is the only one that can take that away. So I don't know if there's any other footnotes that I want to make before we go ahead and close out because we're gonna let's just go ahead and get Proverbs 11:4 up and through 6. Posted up so we can have it. I don't know if there's any. I mean, that's pretty much it for the most part. Money ain't all it's made out to be, man. All right, and they're not going to be able to bring you anything either in these coming days. Because you got to realize we got Jacob's trouble, All right, and it's just, look, if you don't have, okay, say in the end days and bombs are dropping, right? What is your rich gonna be able to? What are your riches are gonna? How are your riches gonna deliver you? No, you're gonna be able to buy your way into the kingdom. I know I didn't do your work, Lord, but I have $1 million. The Lord doesn't want no money with no fucking Edomite on it. Okay, it's not even worth anything. There's no gold in it. It's just a piece of paper. All right, the money in the kingdom, shekels, man. There's gonna be real gold, real silver, real platinum, real metals, real things that are worth money, man. Not no fucking paper. It's $1. That ain't worth nothing. It's not even. It's not even worth the shit. It's the fucking, you know. And this is $100 bill. Okay, it's it's only worth that because it came off of a special printer. That's all, and it's on a special type of paper. Okay, you know, it's no different than fucking a piece of paper that you pulled out of a drawing notebook. Okay, at the end of the day, it just has a specific image on it that makes it worth money. Okay, it's not like back in the day where it was gold, and yeah, it might have had an emperor or a Roman general's face stamped on it. All right, even back in Roman times. But guess what? You could have that, take that face off that money, and it wouldn't fucking matter, because guess what? It would still worth the gold that it's on. All right, it's gold. That is a 1 ounce of gold. It's 1 ounce of gold with the emperor's face on it to know it's official currency. But guess what? It's still 1 ounce of gold, regardless. All right, take all the printing off of that paper, the dollar bill. All right, soak it off. All right, because there's ways I've seen people do it. You can soak you can bleach a dollar bill. Look, bleached money. Look. And that's how they do it. They usually bleach it. They usually bleach it to and go and reprint over it. Blank. Let's see, blank. Yeah, like that. Look, if that it still has a little bit. It still has a little bit. You see, they printed over it, but it was a bleached 5, and they made it into a 20. But you can see here that's just paper. Okay, it's just paper. Now look, somebody tried to counterfeit it. They tried to put. Well, is this worth any money at all? It's the paper, right? Surely it's got to be worth something. No, it's not. All right, and don't call me Shirley. I like to drop that reference every once in a while. But so this isn't worth anything. Okay, but if it's a gold ounce, I don't even know why I spelt it like that. If you have a gold ounce, if all this was grinded off of it, it's still 1 troy ounce. Okay, well, it might be a little bit less because you grinded it all off of it. But if you remelted it and gathered everything else, it's still 1 ounce. All right, so it's still worth 1 ounce of gold. But the paper's not worth anything. It's the print it's just like Gucci. All right, it's not worth a shit. All right, it's $10 worth of product for a $200 price tag. So you're not even rich. You just got a lot of paper. How does that feel? So Proverbs 11:4 through 6, verse 4: riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Okay, so these riches, you're not going to be able to deliver yourself out of it, but righteous will get you saved, all right, through the Lord. It says, the righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. So there you go, man. That's it. So just because you're rich, that doesn't mean you're not going to get anything special. You're not going to buy your way out of it. Well, you can buy a bunker. Guess what? And the Lord's going to pop that bunker open, take your ass out of there, and guess what? You're going to be the one burying bodies, and that's what's going to happen to you. You're not going to be saved. You're not. You won hide and seek. That's no. If that's what you think, you're fucking stupid. All right. Money's not all it's made out to be. All right. Money's not. I'm just gonna rechange it. Money's not all it's made out to be. We'll get rid of that word ain't, because ain't a word that you ain't supposed to say. Remember that shit. Money's not all it's made out to be. Money's not all that it's made out to be. There we go. So now, money's not all it's made out to be. There we go. That's what we'll go with. Money's not all it's made out to be. Okay? So, you'd be better off, with this truth, this understanding, this knowledge. All right, and you know, not no money. And you can have money, there's nothing wicked, but money's not going to save you. Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Till next one, Lord willing. Shalom.